Hey everybody, here is a video to show you how to make a high score in Scratch. Um, this is a simple game that I made based on Geometry Dash, and the game ends when the square main character is hit by the triangle. And I'll just show you how to play the game quickly. So when you hit the spacebar, the character jumps and gets points, and then when they run into each other, the game stops. So the first thing you need is an end to your game in order to get a high score. So I have a score going. My score is the amount of basically ticks that the game runs. And you can see that code right here. The score changes by 1 until it is touching sprite 2, which is my obstacle. And then I say game over and stop everything. So first thing you need is a game over. The next thing you're going to do is go into variables and make a special variable for the high score. So you'll just name it high score, and it needs to be a cloud variable. And if you are a scratcher, you have the ability to make a cloud variable, so you click this button. If you do not have this cloud variable availability, you will need to go and become a scratcher. Click OK. And now you can see that I have a score and a high score. I'm actually going to hide my high score after the game starts because it doesn't need to be in the way. So I will program that. So under the flag, I'm going to show the high score. And then I'm going to wait a second, and then I'll hide it. Then I'll go back and hide it. So it's not in the way. So that's what will happen at the beginning of my game. So when I click the flag, high score shows so I can see what it is, and then it hides. You don't have to do that. You can leave it there the whole time so you know what you want to beat. Now, where you will put the code is where your end game is. And I put it right before I say game over. So I'm going to get an if statement and put it right after the game ends, which it will end here. No, that's not where it goes. The game over goes underneath it because I want it to compare before it stops. Then I'm going to say if score that I have is greater than my high score, I want to replace that. So I'm going to go into operators and get the greater than sign and put it right in the hexagon. And then I'm going to go into variables. And now I'm going to get these oval variables. So I'm going to say score goes on the right and high score goes on the left. If the high score that I got is greater than, oh, sorry, I wanted to go the other way. If my score, that's the score in this game, is greater than the previous high score, then I want to change the high score, so I'll grab that, to my score, which is score. But I only want it to happen if my score is greater than high score. And let's try this. Oh, and then I need to show the variable again. So I will show the variable high score before I change it. So I have no high score. My high score is 0. So my high score should change. So you can see that my score was 50 and now the high score is 50. So when I start the game again, the high score is still 50 and my score was 6, so it didn't change. And if my score was greater than 50, then it would change. I actually think I might take out, and you guys can decide whether you want to do this show and hide variable. I'm just going to keep it showing, and then I wouldn't need the show here because it doesn't seem to be in the way, and it seems to be causing a little more trouble hiding it and showing it. So we can try it one more time. I'm trying to get higher than 50, which I did. And my high score now is 167, although I only got 117. That is interesting. So the high score isn't working correctly, but if you notice, you may have already caught this, I did make an error. So I said if score is greater than high score, change my score, change my high score by score, and that command needs to be set. So this is a common error. You just picked the wrong command. So if I do set high score to score, now my game will work. Unfortunately, my high score is really high, so to beat it would be difficult. So I am going to bring a set high score to 0 out, double click on it, and then get rid of it. That will reset my high score. Now let's test it. So I just need a score greater than 0. And now you can see my high score is working correctly. So that is how you put a high score in a Scratch game.